What's up, guys? It's your girl Denise.Rodri. I am here on my new set. Just kidding. I'm in my room. Honestly, I just wanted to sit here, give you guys a quick little spring makeup look because the seasons are changing, even though it's super cold in LA right now, which is why I have my Carajita set on. So this is a piece from my website, deniserodri.com. You guys can get your Carajita set. It says Carajita on the top, and then in the bottom, we got Carajita here, and then we got Dominican back there, and then in the back it says, hold on, hello, hey. I'm gonna do a haul just going over all the items I have on my website. But enough about that. This video is actually about the new moon that's coming on March 13th. I just wanted to let you in on my new moon rituals and just a little insight on some more topics that I've been learning about. So if you guys are interested, then just keep watching. Alright, so I already put in my extensions off camera, and we're just gonna get right into the makeup while I talk to you guys about the upcoming new moon. Actually, let me put in my hair clips first. So I don't know if you guys know, but there is a new moon coming on March 13th. There's a new moon at the beginning of the month typically, and a full moon at the end of the month. It's like every month. Last year when I started getting into crystals and energy and just understanding that a little deeper, I really wanted to understand the science behind manifesting and stuff. So I started reading and just learning about astronomy. Basically through that, I just got more and more interested in learning about new moons and full moons, and through like manifestation, you understand that like it all goes hand in hand, because what you're doing when you're manifesting is just working with energy of the universe, which new moons and full moons carry a lot of that. But specifically on new moons, there's a new moon ritual that you guys are more than welcome to do on the 13th, which is the next new moon. But basically on the new moon, you want to do the ritual of sitting down and manifesting and like sitting with yourself quietly. Usually I do this in meditation, and just really think about what you want to bring into your life in like all areas. Get a piece of paper, write down a list of all these new things you want to manifest into your life, and then basically on the day of the new moon, you want to go outside and just sit with the moon and like breathe fresh air and just try and get yourself like at a peaceful mental space, and burn that piece of paper into the universe with the intention of knowing that you're going to receive what you are asking for. Learning about energy and how the planets and the moon and the sun carry energy, and it affects our bodies, and it affects everything from body, mind, and soul. I realized how in tune our bodies were, specifically even like the woman's body, how our menstrual cycle ends up being like right in tune in terms of coming like once a month, and usually for me it's like around a full moon, which is when you're like getting rid of stuff. So that intrigued me even more, and then I started understanding how like your mind is what controls your body, right? But we fail sometimes, or at least I did, to understand how our soul is supposed to control our mind. And it's almost like a pyramid where it's like a soul controls the mind, and the mind controls the body, and then once those three are balanced, that's how you end up aligning with the things you want and your desires. And so once I realized that, I was like, okay, so balance is the key thing here. And then that led me to understand that life is about balance, and new moons, full moons are almost like the universe directly reminding us of like, okay, this is your opportunity to kind of ground yourself again. And for me, I understood that meditation was what was helping me be more mindful, less in my like overthinking mindset, because stillness creates mindfulness, because it genuinely gives you that moment to really acknowledge what thoughts are coming through your head, and then you understand like if there's something that's keeping you stuck or not. And in that moment where you're trying to like create that list of like manifestation, like you get to acknowledge like other areas that you might have overlooked because you were just going 100 miles per hour like we usually do. Creating that list helps you create also awareness and acknowledgement of your desires. Sometimes we like get so lost in the sauce that we forget why we're even doing things. And to know your purpose behind your action creates that drive you need to just go and attack the problem. But if you don't even know what the problem is, you're just running on like overdrive, basically is what I call it. So once you guys have created your list of manifestation, you want to just like purchase a white candle anywhere you can. I get mine at the grocery store, which is so convenient because as we're shopping for food, we're also manifesting. You want to get it white because white represents like purity, happiness, balance. Obviously, when you guys call yourself a light, because we all are lights in this world, you think about a big, bright, white light. So you want to get a white candle so those intentions fall with it. And then before lighting it, pray if you pray, and if not, just speak positive things. Talk about, you know, positively what you want to manifest into your reality, and try to stay in that positive energy as you're lighting the candle, because this essentially is giving the candle all your positive energy. Honestly, last year I started realizing that life was a little bit more complex than I thought, and it wasn't just about, you know, manifesting and creating that positive energy no matter what happened to you. It was also about your spirituality and, you know, what you did at night before going to bed, and if you woke up with good energy and prayed or talk to yourself, and how you talk to yourself. I started really realizing how in order for me to really get to the next level of what I want in my life next, which is essentially a family and my business companies, and that next level, I have to blend like blend the two together. Even if you're not a spiritual person, because I do say I'm spiritual, not religious, and to me what that means is that I don't resonate with one religion and I'm a die-hard Christian or I'm a die-hard Catholic. No, I'm just spiritual. I just believe that there's something bigger than us that exists that's actually in control of our lives, and I think there's a bigger purpose as to why we're all here and why the human race was created. But I don't believe like in religion, and I honestly think they're cults. Is that like something I'm not supposed to say? But I do believe there's a God, and I believe in the spiritual realm, and that was what helped me really transform my mentality about how I can achieve the next step in my life. I really started learning about our minds and like how they work, and I realized, you know, our desires reside in our subconscious mind, and in order for you to tap into your subconscious, you need to learn to quiet the mind, which is the conscious mind, so you can then tap into the subconscious and your desires can come through, they can become clear to you. And then when you look at the spiritual realm, you realize, okay, there's different dimensions, and if you look at the universe and how there's like outer space and then there's like earth, etc., essentially it makes sense. And then once I realized that, I honestly went crazy with trying to figure out like, okay, really, how does this like new moon, full moon, balancing energies, and what's masculinity and feminine energy, and the spiritual realms and the different dimensions, and how does this all work, and why hasn't no one talked about this before? I just ended up just going in a spiral of just learning. Then I just realized like, okay, if the phase of the moon impacts me emotionally, then this is all worth learning. It was helping me understand those emotions I was going through in those moments even more. And then that's why I also started learning about numerology, and then I got introduced to other topics like empaths and being an empath, which I believe I'm one because of the way that I process my emotions and how I'm affected when I'm like around people and energies. It all just helped me truly understand that we are really all connected as one. Like the universe, the planets, us, everyone we come into contact with, like soul ties is a real thing. And I think we kind of got lost in this era of just living a really superficial lifestyle and worrying about superficial things that we kind of forgot the essence to why we're even here. I really started questioning the programming of what I was taught in school, and just wanting to understand things like in a really deep, complex way. Then I realized I wasn't the only one going through these emotions. I was going through this moment right around the full moon where I was having the weirdest dreams. And I asked Stephanie, like, are you also having weird dreams? Like, and she was telling me that she was. And I remember my mom also called me and she's like, I'm waking up at this specific time every day. Like, I know you're learning about numerology. Like, does it mean anything? And I realized, like, okay, this is something that happens to all of us and we should be informed of what this means. And that's why now I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start posting the numerology when I like see it on my story and like maybe elaborating a little bit on my feed. And that's why I started also posting on my story like what I do on new moons and full moons. And let me know in the comments below if you guys like when I talk to you guys about these topics and what else you would want to know. I have so many books that I've read on these things. This is a really good one to learn about like being an empath and if you think you are one. I'm trying to think about another really good one. If you guys want to know about reincarnation and if you believe you reincarnated, which I believe I was on earth before, these two books were really good for me and figuring out or discovering or learning a little bit more about that. Many Lives, Many Masters, and Same Soul, Many Bodies, and it's by the same author. Promise you won't be disappointed. Which I think I want to eventually like interview the author of these books because these books made me tap into some other things when I was meditating, which is another topic I kind of wanted to get into really quickly, how meditation really helped me tap into some areas of my mind that I didn't even know I could tap into sober, sitting in my room, just being still and mindful. And it really helped me discover some things about myself and my emotions that I would have never been able to have tapped into if I wasn't in like a meditative state, because our minds are just always running, you know? I feel like sometimes some of us might feel like, you know, I might need a therapist that can help me get to that point where I could discover something deeper about myself that I might not even know is affecting me. But I honestly discovered a lot of things that helped me become better at handling my emotions or responding to situations in a different way just by being still and sitting with the intention to dive deeper into my mind. Like, it's like I mentally prepared myself, like, okay, I'm gonna meditate and I am going to tap into a past life if there is one. And as I sat there, I followed like a meditation that I found on YouTube. Your girl tapped in. I don't know, I feel like if I start sharing just like my experiences with you guys, it could help you in your own way. I just think that last year with the pandemic happening and our lives changing so drastically from one moment to the next, literally one day to the next, we were locked in. It put a lot of things in perspective for me, and I feel like I started wanting to dive deeper into my own brain, and that led me to learning about the universe and learning about the moon and energies and the spiritual world. Once I learned that energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transmuted, which means changed. So if you're caught in like a negative cycle, it's because you're caught in that negative energy and you can't cut it out because energy doesn't die. You can only change it. So the way you change it is that if you intentionally respond to it in a positive way, you right there just transmuted that energy and now it's turned into a positive thing, not a negative one. Okay, I'm gonna have to do my lips without talking really quick so this could come out cute. So we're gonna do a red lip, guys. Spring is coming. We are all about the colors now. Is that lipstick on my teeth already? Did you guys know that if you put your finger in your mouth and you go like that, all the like lipstick that would have been on your teeth ends up on your finger and it's gone now. What do you guys think? Alright, so we are finally at the end of the video. Basically, I just wanted to give you guys a little insight in my new moon ritual and how and why I even started doing new moon rituals and why I started learning about all these things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every week. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys here next time. Bye.